It is June 3rd. The Yankees split a 4-game set against the Rays, losing the bookend games, winning the books. Let's do it. Let's talk Yanks. It makes sense. Don't even worry about it.
Talking Yanks with old Jomboy, Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, steam and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. In the corner, we have Big Baby David. And this is brought to you by Jared Gatto, Aaron Snow, and some dude named DraftKings. Jake, how are you doing?
Thank you, DraftKings.
Jared Gatto and Aaron Snow.
DraftKings.
Might be Gatto.
What's going on, everybody? Jom, Big Baby David, everyone live in the chat, everyone listening at your own convenience, and to the moms. Never cannot celebrate the moms. I'm doing all right, Jim. Man, this week was a little bit of a whirlwind. You tie in Memorial Day and a 4-game set from the bottom, which was the Talkin' Yanks pregame show on Tuesday, the speed pregame, to the emotion we had going into today, where we thought Garrett Cole about to win 3 out of 4 against the Rays, who've been the best team in a while. We covered the baseball spectrum this series, and we end up with a split, which not ideal, but, you know, this is our first time this year seeing Glass now. The Rays were playing great baseball coming into this. You're not happy with the split, but when you had it on the table for 3 out of 4, it could have kind of been a statement win of sorts, and that falls out of the window. By the wayside. Out of the window, by the wayside.
Super happy with the result of a split because they didn't play as good as a split, even.
Right.
They played poorly. They won 2 games, and I'm glad about that.
Yeah.
But, like, the play, thank you very much, Sam. I appreciate you. I forgot to get a monster,
What's
so
up,
Sam got
Sam?
me a monster. The play was bad, and the hitting was bad, and the pitching was bad. I think it's the worst 4 starts in a row,
Base
and Monty
running.
saves it, and the base running was bad. So
Base running was good.
you're happy that the standings stay looking okay.
Defense was blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's bizarre. I think if this game went how, 75% of Garrett Cole's starts in pinstripes should be going, we'd be saying Garrett Cole's last start against this team was 8 innings pitched. It was 14 strikeouts, 0 earned runs. So there was a hope that would be happening today. It did not, and 3 out of 4 with the Red Sox coming in, who they just had a bad series in Houston. Like this episode could have been full juice. It's tempered juice, and that's probably just where it deserves to be. But man, I don't know. Survive the Rays, which the Yankees haven't been doing a lot of that, so that's kind of a win.
Win that they survived the Rays, but yeah, I mean, they won a loss, and then they lost 2 losses, and then in game 3, win, maybe? Even Boone said, like, well, we'll take the win, but we didn't play good.
Yeah.
And that was maybe the biggest winning a win game. So, I don't know. The tarp is on the field at Yankee Stadium right now, so that's, like, just cool when the weather does what they say it's going to do. Like, we got a window from, like, 1 to 4:30, so
weather.
I think we should be able to play. Rained up until 1, and now it's raining at 4:30. So, ooh. I mean, that's...
Yeah, good weather and moms.
Well, I'm not giving the weather the credit. I'm giving the weather people that predicted that let us know what happened. Yeah.
They're so often incorrect.
I was giving it to the good weather.
Yeah, I'll give it to the weather as well because it did give the baseball window. But also on the weather people for correctly seeing the window.
Right. They rarely get credit for that.
Yeah. And we'll give Cunningham credit. That's my speech impediment that I worked really hard on as a little kid.
Let's not
really
let
hard.
Those demons come back.
They took me to a trailer.
We don't need that.
It was separate from the school.
We don't.
They pulled me out of English, and I walked through the back door
I was going to
across
compliment Danny Cunningham.
the backyard of the school.
You never would have had to
past
say quit it.
Past the playground into a trailer, and they taught me how to pronounce my R's, and here I am, failing them.
Well, and what would you
Credit.
what would you rather do as a kid? Go to the playground or be the outcast that goes to the trailer and has to work on their speech?
I'd rather not be the trailer kid.
Right.
Because back then, I was the twailer kid.
Mm-hmm. To
With
Taylor Twellman for his soccer coverage.
Yeah.
It's a happy app.
Oh, man.
Some big conversations going on.
About?
I don't know. Like, there's some good stuff. Honestly, the one that pops up is like Rugi Odor. We kind of heard it in the stands today. / went to the game with your pops, and he kind of mentioned it. Like, Rugi's kind of entering a what are we doing territory. Like, really, though.
Well, now that they've changed from forward and they don't have a first baseman on the roster, you know, like my dad was like, Wade gives you more day in, day out. My dad had two good observations. He said, Wade, at this point, gives you more day in, day out than Rugi as a starting at second base. I
think so.
If DJ's the first baseman because you don't have a first baseman on the roster. And then he also said, why does he only swing for home runs? It seems like it shouldn't be his game. And
that was about Rugi.
About Rugi,
not
yeah.
Tyler Wade, who's also had that happen.
Yeah, so.
It's okay. Good job, Pops.
Next pressing issue, I guess.
Zach Britton's rehabbing.
That's good.
That's good. We like that.
As a starting pitcher?
What? Controversy? Britton to start? Sevy to the bullpen? Mike Ford, the next Luke Voigt?
No, Jake, they just started him in the minor league game to guarantee get some innings.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was like an opener situation.
What a guffaw by me.
Yes. You thought they were going to start
You think I would have had that. So that's good.
That's silly of you.
Is anybody else rehapping?
Sevy touched 97, which got some people excited. But remember when Monty was throwing 97 after he got Tommy John?
I think 95, it was like he was sitting 95.
Sitting 95.
And it was like, all right,
But that's similar.
Yeah.
A lot of guys throw harder when they first start throwing because their arm is really rested and the only muscles that they've really worked out is their legs.
Right.
That's what, when Monty did it, we had some pitchers reach out that say, yeah, you know, you run a lot when you can't work out your arms and you you lift out your legs and you get, so some, you know, it'll go back to normal. But I mean, Sevy can hit 97. That's not
If
crazy.
I don't work out my arms, I don't work out.
You don't work out your legs?
Not really.
You walk from the subway stop to the office?
Yeah, I mean, I got to carry
uphill?
around this upper half.
Yeah.
So every day is kind of a hell for my legs. Kluber's doing something. BBD, did you say something? He's throwing on flat ground or something?
I'm gonna go find the tweet with the actual words, but there was an update and a change to how they're gonna handle it, but the timeline doesn't really change. It's still gonna be like 8-ish weeks till he's back.
So we got the third and
so
fourth
like kind
opinions.
of note that, but also like it's
still the same.
You don't need to.
Still the same. Okay.
What? I got duped by the chat.
Easy chat.
Someone said we're way too giddy for that performance. We opened the show up talking about how bad it was.
Yeah.
Times are still tough.
Yeah.
Yanks didn't. Here's how I said the Yankees' record didn't get better or worse in this 4-game set. Their play didn't get better at all, and I think it got worse because we had starters not pitch well instead of AAA players.
Right, but the story had been a couple guys who had done nothing offensively started giving at bats.
That's good. That's right.
That was the Yankees' weakness.
Clinton Andujar.
I mean, even Gardy ends up having an okay day today, which I'm not going to put anything in stone about Gardy, but we haven't seen him have a good at bat since that last Rays series.
Yeah, but BBD, you have these numbers correct, right, on the series stats?
Well, which stats are you?
The one we do for the one you update usually.
Yes, is there? I didn't hear what the.
Before I say
is
this, I just wanted to make sure.
I
updated game 4.
Yes.
So no one had a good series. So even though we think Clinton
Right.
hit well and we think Andujar hit well in this 4-game sample, no one has anything that looks. Andujar does.
Andujar, Clint's on base percentage is really high.
But usually you think, oh yeah, they had a great series. Then you go look
Right.
at the stats, and usually they're like they hit.
They were serviceable.
Yeah, they were outstanding.
They were
and,
serviceable, which they haven't been for a little while.
After Andujar's 333 batting average, the next highest is 250 by Gary Sanchez.
Monty had a good start.
Yeah.
There's
Monty had a good start. Tyone, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. Domingo, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. The bullpen was good.
Yeah, good bullpen was good. Okay.
Defense and base
yeah.
running were as bad as always. So
yeah, just in a normal year, but the whole team doesn't really hit this year. None of these stats like pop off this page.
Oh, no.
no, yeah.
No.
They definitely didn't get better during these 4 game sets. Individually, we have maybe 3, but then we have a couple starting pitchers taking a step back.
Some storylines potentially went up. And, we're not worried about Cole after today, but we're hopeful to get something out of Andujar and Clint.
The spin rate stuff, I think,
You're a little concerned about that. I thought you might say that.
is interesting.
Yeah.
It's the lowest spin rate of his career.
Since 2018, right?
Sorry, yes. That's when his career
Since
started.
New Cole. Yeah.
Since New Cole.
No, I know. It's fair.
Since we fundamentally
Since
changed
he
as a
started
pitcher.
using
Since he became the best pitcher.
Since he started using the sticky stuff and became the best pitcher, it's the lowest spin rate he's had. And MLB is cracking down on it, and all the owners are in New York meeting about it and making rules.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that Cole didn't use it today or doesn't, but it's an interesting wrinkle. You can weave a fun storyline there that you really don't have much, but I think I'm having fun doing.
We could write a bang
almost
up,
like fan fiction.
We could write
It's
up
fan
a
fiction, what I'm
bang up
doing.
New York Daily News fan fiction article
Yeah.
right now.
It would be Cole tests out not using sticky stuff because sanctions they're coming down on it in the future. Doesn't go well. Bad headline. I'm not a headline writer.
No. You hate headline writers.
I do. That's why, I'm not even trying to do their job. You got to have a sick, warped brain.
Cole finds sticky stuff on teammates.
What?
No sticky stuff puts Cole in sticky situation.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh wow. Wow. You want to burn game 1?
I think so, right?
It's brought to you by Hydrant, which is a very important company, and they make a refreshing drink mix powder made with 4 key electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium, and zinc. It's made with real fruit juice powder and no artificial sweeteners or synthetic colors. No nonsense, all science. No nonsense, all science. No nonsense, all science. No nonsense, all science. Sounds like never mind.
Okay.
They also have Hydrant Sleep, which includes melatonin, magnesium, L-theanine, GABA, and chamomile to promote helpful, restful, high-quality sleep. Maybe I should take some of that on my flight tomorrow. Could
Yeah.
use a good night's sleep.
2 of them.
There's no way I'm going to sleep on this flight. Backed by 100% satisfaction guarantee. If you love it, send it back for a full refund. We've got a special deal for our listeners to save 20% off your first order, or subscribe and save 30% off your first subscription order. Go to drinkhydrant.com/Yanks or enter promo code Yanks at checkout. That's drinkhydrant.com/Yanks. Enter promo code Yanks for 20% off your first order. It's important to be hydrated, and we both agree on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Oh.
Jimmy, this is just breaking news for you. Your dad needs your keys.
Oh, they're on my desk.
Breaking news. That is breaking news.
Yes. Tell him I love him. Okay, burn
But
number.
just say I love you, Dad.
Yeah,
He'll know who it's from.
he will. Nick is my name asks a question in the YouTube chat. Says, Jake, can you strike Jimmy out with that blitz ball? Stay tuned. Episode 1, Back Alley at Bats, being edited right now.
Wow.
I'm not going to give any spoilers.
No spoilers.
But no, I don't think you struck me out.
No strikeouts. Maybe in the game one. I don't know about game 1, game 2.
On your mark. Get set. And burn, Jakey, burn.
Hope you have enough Jameson to take on that Dick Mountain. Rich Hill versus Tyone to kick off 4 games versus Tampa. In the boogie down, Escargo, my Margot, Manny Margot with the RBI double to kick off the scoring. And then, we head into the Meadows. And, man, He kind of kills us. Yankee killer Austin Meadows. I just put him on the Yankee killer team. It's 2-0. Make it 3. Hey, Rosarena. RBI single makes it 3-0. Rays into the 5th. And that was Tyone's day. 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 5 Ks. Yeah. The bullpen does their job. Litke, Peralta, Sessa, 3 best friends. Yup. They've never talked. Get to the chopper now. Miggy do. Is he back? Does he? Is he? Can he? Solo home run to right. But that was it for the Yanks. They lose Game 1, 3-1 final.
I have something to admit to you.
He's got something to admit to me.
I don't remember this game at all.
To you. That's fine.
When was this?
This was Memorial Day Monday.
Oh,
this was the afternoon.
Day game.
Yeah.
We watched it in the office.
We recorded Talking Baseball. We were watching in the office.
Okay.
We watched the end together.
Okay, I remember.
The Yankees were kind of in a death spiral of sorts. Yeah, and this was just...
I remember it now.
Yeah, this was the continuation of, like, the Yankees' death. The lineup hadn't done anything in a long time. And this was 5 hits, Papa Do with the homer late, but, like, that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, team with runner in scoring position, 0 for 2. 2 at-bats with runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
9
Was this
inning
the game when you were saying that the Yankees on baseball on the box score had nothing in it?
So this just misses. There was an Odor double, and then there was the Andujar homer.
Andujar homer, yeah.
So, yeah, they just missed a perfect game.
DJ grounded into a double play.
Yeah, that would be that would stand. Yeah, man, I don't know. Like, so same time, the Rays had 10 at-bats with runners in scoring position. They went 1 for 10. So, yeah, this game could have been a lot uglier. Meadows, who had a huge month.
I remember. I predicted the game exactly how it was going to happen on the pregame show.
Dang.
I said it was going to feel just like a Detroit game because it's a weird Memorial Day game with not a full packed house and a rainy day. And then it was going to be like in the 7th inning, like, wait, this is kind of closer than it feels. And then I said Andujar was going to get a home run. Yeah. And I said that you had to watch out for the first ball to Glaber because if he makes another error, things will be really bad because he made 2 at the last game of Detroit. Glaber did make an error in this game, just straight threw one away. So, yeah, I remember the game now.
They had a pretty brutal – it was a bad error by Glaber. The camera angle was brutal because it's behind Glaber, and you just see it leave his hand with that 2-seam spin, and you're just like, holy smokes, that ball's going to end up gone. You just see it right out of the hand. So, yeah, I mean, this leading into the Tuesday pregame show was, like, bottoming out.
Down and out, yeah. They pinch hit Gary. And, yeah, that's all. There's really nothing else to talk about in this game. Good burn. How much Jameson would you need to
take on a Dick Mountain? Back in college.
None. But now.
Yeah, a couple. 2-3 shots.
You just need to sniff it in college.
You know, it's probably 3 shots, but back in college, that was just to loosen up. And now that would have me like, all right, let's fucking do it. What are you talking about?
I was just asking questions.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go to the burnt. BBD, do you want to get asked that question?
What is the question?
How much Jameson to take on a Dick Mountain? That's the question.
Okay. 5 stars. Leave your answer.
I think 5 Jamesons could beat a Dick Mountain.
Oh,
healthy,
so they're fighting?
Healthy Jameson.
So now this is kind of the same team as fighting. How much JMO can I have in my wiener still work? Let's take a timeout. Yeah. There's kids that listen.
Take a quick timeout from the show. You know what?
I didn't even know the question, so I'm not going to answer.
You know what?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
That's on us.
It's a quick.
That's on us. I saw Jimmy's folks today. I'm running hot.
It's a quick timeout. All right, let's get back to it.
Okay.
Burn number
close.
2.
That was close. Yankees, in case of emergency, break glass now. You get the joke versus Tyler and Tampa as they look to straighten out the ship versus the German, Domingo German. I might be pronouncing that wrong. Hoping to get it going in the first. Oh, man. He's with Gritchick, Austin Meadows, their goddamn Yankee killing outfield, and our friends. 2-run homer in the first. Oh, now times are real bad. But these Yankees, it's been fight all year. In the third, Aaron Judge with the big walk that scores a run, and then glass now wild pitch bounces off Zunino. That's a rally, baby. We are tied up at 2. Oh, Papa Dewey does it again. Second homer. Yanks take a 3-2 lead in the fourth, but in the fifth, KK, do you love me? Are you riding? Hot boy Kevin Kiermaier puts one into the seats, and that's obvious because that's what Kevin Kiermaier does. Tied at 3s. How about it would stay that way into the 11th? Buenos Cantos, Yankees bullpen doing their job, and they are set up in the 11th. Clean. Let me see your pimp walk, Clint. Pimps a homer, sneaks out. 2-run Johnson to win it. Yankees win on a walk-off, 5-3. How's your Wandy to Johnny to Chad to Chappie? Greasers add their friends Lucas and Luis to knock this one out. Yankees win 5-3 final.
The Greasers.
The Greasers, they had to add some people to their crew, man. You know what I'm saying?
No. Funny face by you.
Thank God.
Yeah, man, this was a fun game, I guess. They played really poorly. You fell asleep.
I was sleepy. Too late.
They played poorly. They did win. And Judge's postgame or Booney's postgames were great after this game and after game 3. The quotes I read after game 4 are back to like weird Boone.
Yeah.
Where he just like acts like people are dumb. Like we're all just like scarecrows. He's like telling us nothing. I don't know. It's really weird. But after this game, he was like, yeah, we played pretty bad. Happy to get the win. But that was, the base running, the defense, like,
yeah,
it's a pretty bad game.
Well, and this was, I mentioned, a famous Talkin' Yanks pregame show, the Speed Pre. Not enough Jameson. This lineup, this is on our midweek episode recording day where we've been guessing the lineup, and we're like, well, today seems like no excuses. Seems like the A squad should be out there today. They rested Stanton and Glaber. Batted Odor second. Batted your AAA first baseman, maybe your backup AAA first baseman, Mike Ford, batted 5th this game. And it was just it was a punch in the mouth, man. Lost 4 straight games looking pathetic. 3 of those 4 against one of the worst teams in the league. To roll out that lineup was just like, Yankee fans were looking around saying like, maybe we really got to peel stuff back and rethink this.
I mean, I get that they won the game and all that, but I mean, and I get Glasnow's a righty and you want some lefties in there. Conventional wisdom says that helps. So if you want to play Odor and Ford, I mean, I think it's an awful decision, and I don't think it's good, but to bat them 2 and 5.
Yeah, and I mean,
dude, that's so surreal. I still can't say it. And someone called me that like doesn't talk baseball with me a lot,
sure,
but they're like a friend that, well, I don't know if it was a cousin, and they were like, why are they doing this?
Yes.
And it was someone like looking to me for the answer because I follow the Yankees like every single day, and I'm listening to all the press conferences. It's become my livelihood to understand why the Yankees are doing things. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, they like the balance in the lineup, like, but that's not even. They're like, yeah, but these guys are bad, and I'm like, yeah, like I don't. It's pretty defeating. Like you batted Mike Ford 5th and Odor 2nd. I think they sat Glaber because of the error. I do. I think they disguised it as a mental day or whatever. I think they think it worked last time when he was playing pretty bad, and they kind of got on him, and then the headlines got on him, and then he had a really good 3 or 4 weeks. So I do think Glaber wasn't a planned sit. Stanton was a planned sit. Which is so wild.
Yeah.
Why don't you just send him to AAA and instead of sending him to Detroit and flying him out there to take 8 at-bats, why didn't you just send him to AAA to take 12 at-bats in AAA games and then see like simulated pitches all day when the games aren't going on and then have him play all 4 Tampa games? Why did you have to fly him out to Detroit to take 8 at-bats? Couldn't he have done more?
I think this team caters to guys, and that's why I don't think the Glaber benching was – I think that was just a rest day that they had mapped out. But they very much cater to these guys, and I get it. Like, it's a new age of athlete, and, you know, for years it was too far the other direction, like coaches that wouldn't give athletes water and stuff. Luckily, we've come past that. The Yankees are in a weird, like, if I had to guess.
That's so funny. Water makes you weak. Like, when the scientists came back out on that one, they had to be like.
Look back every 20 years and think about how much dumber we were. And more dumber's not a word. You are.
20 years ago, you.
Oh. Eerily similar.
You think so?
Eerily similar. Kermit the Frog here.
11-year-old Jake, 31-year-old Jake. Yeah,
no, we could hold the convo.
Yeah.
I
think you guys are actually
same stuff.
Fast friends.
Yeah. We'd both be a little scared of each other, and we'd be like, "This guy's not half bad."
Yeah.
11-year-old me being like, I can't hang out with a 31-year-old, right? 31-year-old me can't hang out with an 11-year-old, but this kid's a sharp kid.
Yeah. No, you guys would really hit it off. That's
fast
funny.
friends.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm guessing they probably like had the conversation with Stan. Like, would you rather get rehab at bats or do every other day on the team? And he was like, well, like any major leaguer, I'd rather be on the major league team. So that's also guesstimating. Mike Ford gets sent down after this. 3 at-bats, 3 Ks. He gets pinch hit for by Stanton.
They had to pinch hit for him.
Righty on righty. Or righty on lefty. They went to righty on righty because that's his performance. And we've said it numerous times. Mike Ford, I'm sure we'd have blast with. Nice guy. Jersey. I mean, he's just ain't it right now. Like, even, hey, I hope there's a correction. He's, you know, if he gets run with the Yanks or anywhere else in the league, he figures it out and does well. But right now, it's clearly not the time. And to bat him 5th versus Tyler Glass now because he got a homer off of him last year.
I don't even think it was because of that.
Years ago.
I just think it's because
just to use the innings.
I think it's just because he's a lefty.
Either way, what are you doing? So he gets sent down, unfortunately.
How did his at-bats go, if you don't mind me asking? Strike, ball, swinging strike.
Huge.
Next at-bat, ball, called strike, foul, ball, swinging strike. Third at-bat, called strike, swinging strike.
Bang biscuit.
So, yeah, you said backup in AAA. They haven't brought Gittins up yet.
Right.
I'm expecting them to bring him up. I think they just brought Krisky up because they had used a lot of bullpen arms in the last couple of days. How many days are Gittins and Ford going to overlap in Scranton? And
I assume there's a DH spot, so you could probably figure that out. But, yeah, no, that thought did just go through my head, too, and is a little scary. Yeah, and I'm with you. I'd assume Gittins gets the call at this point. Like you mentioned, the Yankees have some easy 40-man moves that they can do to get Gittins on that, to give him the call. Yeah, I'm interested to see. I wonder if they want their pitching to reset a little more. Like today, they didn't use any of the good guys, but the good guys had pitched back-to-back. So, I don't know. I mean, it would be a fun little spark if the Yankees called up Chris Gittins and he made his debut at first base versus the Red Sox. Like,
some fresh blood.
That'd be a good day. And, hey, who did the Jim, I've got something.
Yeah.
I wonder who the Red Sox are pitching because they do have a lot of
Evaldi,
lefties.
Erod, and then
Richards, Pivetta.
Then Richards.
Or Richards.
Yeah.
3-game set. So only one lefty. So
when I looked at that's earlier before we started recording the show, when I said, "Oh, this series is gonna be tough," I looked at the probables. It's Mike King versus Evaldi. Yankees don't hit Evaldi, and then it's Erod versus Tyone, and then it's Pivetta versus
Richards
Domingo versus Herman.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see. Red Sox haven't used their good bullpen. They're playing right now. Yeah, I don't know. So, Jim, here's the other half of this argument that I stumbled into before because I kind of mentioned it, like falling out on Odor a little bit, is that are they just going to wait for Voit and they'd rather let Odor ride out and see if they figure it out than calling up Gittins?
They can't do that. That's the acts of a team that doesn't care at all.
Yeah.
Voigt's a month away, if we're lucky.
Yeah. Didn't they have some quotes that they're more optimistic about Voit?
They said early July, and everyone in my circles sent back a LOL. And I'm not talking about just like...
Right.
I'm talking about people that also cover the Yankees and
either way...
read tea leaves for a living.
Either way...
I said, no way.
That's a little bit out. So, yeah.
Still a month out. You can't do this. No, you have to call up Gittins or you have to make a trade or something like that. I mean, Odor was up, which cracked me up because someone in the chat says second and third no outs, your hottest hitters up in game 4. Well, like I was replaying. I was like, Odor then Clint were up. And Andujar is the second hottest hitter.
Yeah.
But like Odor then Clint were up. We didn't have our hottest hitters. The show, I wish they would have came through.
Clint and Andujar are top 3-4 right now, but
yeah, but
Gary wasn't
their
playing.
hot is still
still not great.
Another team's not hot.
Right.
We did that on the pregame show.
Yeah.
What game are we on? Is this still the Clint game?
This was game 2. This is Clint walk-off.
Clint walk-off. I like the walk-off.
Yeah.
His swing is still crazy. I thought it was a bomb by his reaction,
man.
and then when I was like, "Oh no!" But I'm happy that he enjoyed it. Yeah, that was and Gary Sanchez is a double water bottle guy. Made a breakdown on that.
That's one of those. If you don't believe something changed with the balls, watch a Clint homer from previous years, and then watch that one.
I thought it was a bomb, not just because of Clint's reaction, just he squared
barreled
it up.
it.
Yeah, first row.
I mean, it used to be what it used to be on Talkin' Yanks would be Stanton and Judge would bomb one, and it'd be like, oh, 460. That's insane, but we don't really appreciate it because we see them every day. And then Clint would get all of one, and it would be like 411. And you'd be like, oh, that's because the other guys are monsters.
Yeah.
And Clint's kind of a more normal-sized human. So, yeah, I don't know. Get that juice out. Get them juice balls, baby.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the Yankees had bases loaded. Maybe they had bases loaded in this game, and they scored 2 runs via RBI walk. Good at bat by Judge, didn't pitch to him, and then wild pitch, and that's the second run, and then nothing else happened. So they didn't really the Clint home run won the game. They only had 5 hits before that. They had an error. They had outs on the base paths. The bullpen, and then that one swing by Clint were the positives.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to the Yankees. I mean, Rays only had 3 hits. That's pretty nutty.
The bullpen was insane. This was their full force. It was the greasers. You know what? If you go Wandy, Johnny, Chad, Chappie.
That's what it is. Lucas and Luis, they show up together.
Lucas and Luis.
They show up together.
The Luz. Why don't we just call him the Luz?
Lou.
The Luz.
Hey, Lou. What? Classic.
That's such a classic.
It's a classic joke.
Well, Lou.
Both turn. A lot of time on this game. Yeah, they get the win. Good job, Yanks. No, I was crafting up a tweet, and I wasn't fast enough. I forget if I was being lazy, doing research, or too high. But through like 4-5 games up until that point, the Yankees had 2 runs on homers, and they had 2 runs on pass ball wild pitches.
Good stuff.
But then Andujar homered the next inning, and I was like, well, now this tweet's outdated, and I kind of don't care, and it's weird. It didn't fit the tweet well.
Yeah. Very funny game for Gary because it started out where he threw out the base runner, blocked the ball, threw out the base runner, and had 2 hits. People were like, okay, Gary coming around. And then he goes, the base running mistake and 2 pass balls, and then it was like, okay, Gary sucks.
Full spectrum.
Yeah, that was wild. This was the Chad Catch game. I don't know if you have that in awards somewhere or you want to talk about that now.
I don't have it in awards.
Okay. Not Chad. Was Chad pitching?
I think Chad was pitching at the time.
I was a
Clint
little
Catch.
thrown off when you said Chad Catch. Clint Catch.
The Clint Catch. But
Clint
Chad
Catch.
was pitching. That's why.
Gotcha. I had a moment where I was like, was I sleeping through a Chad Green nice catch?
You were, yeah.
Had a
You
sad
missed it.
moment there.
No, Clint's catch, which he secured it.
Caught.
Big to get an out
Glove
right
facing
there.
the right way. His body wasn't.
Yeah.
Body the wrong way, glove the right way. Small wins.
Yeah.
Small wins.
Um,
It wasn't a great catch. You could tell live. We've done.
it's not a dive. I mean, I'm getting so nitpicky here, but like we got to stop calling that a dive.
Well, that's a dive. It's just it shouldn't have been.
Just flopped his arm left.
It's a dive. He shouldn't have.
He
He dropped at it.
He took.
he
took a bad route.
Seat dropped.
He had
and stuck his arm left.
bad route.
Yeah.
Bad start.
It looked like he lost it in the trop lights, and then just reacted real quick at the last second. But he caught the ball, and that's what matters most. But yeah, even Boone in his post game was hilarious because they were like, and Clint getting that catch there, what do you think about that? And Boone was like, well, a pretty bad jump. But the reaction time, but the recovery was good, so we appreciate that. And it's like, yeah. 95% catch. Any other outfield just runs and catches it, which is every Clint Catch basically.
Yeah, I did some turkey math on it. So your great outfielders catch it 100% of the time. Your good outfielder catches it 92% of the time. A bad outfielder catches that 80% of the time. So that's 4 out of 5. And so that was one of Clint's 4.
Yes.
That's turkey math.
It's a 1-star catch.
Yeah.
I need to see how many 1-star catch dives he has. I just need it.
We'll look into it.
I asked, Katie Sharp and I were talking about it. I was like, is there any way to find it? Because I think it'd be hilarious to see how many 1-star diving catches he's made. Glad he caught it. But, yeah, Boone's first words were, well, bad route or bad reaction. And then Clint's response was, I think that'll change the narrative on my defense. So it's like, oh, you're not even aware that it was not good.
He caught it.
Yeah. All right. Game number 3. On your mark. Get set. And burn.
Montgomery versus McClanahan. The Scoots versus the Irish. A rivalry as old as time. Jordan Montgomery versus Shane McClanahan. You come running through my arms. I love you so very much. It's Geo time. You have a kind smile. Gio Urshela. How's your 2-run homer in the first to give the Yankees the lead? Manny Margot. There he is again. Fielder's choice. Don't care. Clean with the big 2 RBI single to stretch out the lead. 4-1. Yandy Diaz with a sac fly in the 5th makes it 4-2 as Yandy Diaz has great mental fortitude. Jordan Montgomery, great in this game. 6.1 innings pitched, only 1 earned run, 3 runs because Rugi Odor had a terrible play earlier in the game. G-Man Choi with the single in the 7th makes it a 4-3 game. Kind of tight butthole. Here comes Chappie. G-Man Choi, that was a hell of a bat. Chappie locks in after coming out looking bad. Gets the save. Yanks go Monty to Johnny to Chad to Chappie. Yankees win 4-3 final.
Another close game. Yankees win this one.
Big time.
Started out looking like good stuff. The 2-run homer by Gio early on in the first inning. It was good, and then Monty pitched really well. I liked what Monty was about. That Odor play is wild.
So
Save
bad.
it.
Yeah, I feel like we'll be talking about Rugi a little bit later. It looked like the Yankees. So again, coming off the energy from yesterday where they win the walk-off, and it's like, okay, let's go. And then they put up 4 runs in the first 4 innings. You're like, the Yankees might blow this open, and seeing Clint and Gio, who had been in a little slide, and Andujar, it was like, okay, so is this kind of happening right now against Tampa at home? Colin McHugh, husband of Buzzy McHugh, no comment. He comes in, and he actually looked pretty nasty. 2 innings pitched, 5 Ks.
I heard he has a micro penis. I DM'd Buzzy.
Is what she tweeted about you.
Yes, and then I DM'd her. I said, how'd you know? And she said, well, my husband has one too.
Right. Both have them.
So.
Did you see Carabas commented on it?
He doesn't like her for real.
Yeah, because she shit-talked him too.
What'd you say about him?
He posted the tweet. I forget what it was.
I have no actual
about
feelings
that, like,
towards her.
shithead.
I think she was just taking a funny joke shot at me. I don't. I don't really. That's the only tweet I've ever seen of hers, and I didn't.
Because she said you had a micropenis.
Yes.
That's why you saw that.
Yes. My mom or my sister was very confused. They're like, but why? And I'm like, it's just a joke.
Right.
People say.
Not really.
Well, I heard he's a small dick.
It's
like
a bad joke.
It's like the basic insult.
Yeah.
But does she actually suck? I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She's like tweeted stuff like that about a lot of people. Not that joke,
I think,
but just bad tweets.
I think as soon as like I started talking about it, she blocked me. So I don't know who she is really.
So her husband looked pretty good. But yeah, and then, there's a moment when it's 4-3 and, I remember Johnny Lasagna's first pitch was kind of like a hanger. I think it was to Randy, and I was like, oh, like, we kind of got to be careful with those. Like, we are in it right now.
And he had thrown 28 pitches the day before, so we didn't think he was going to be available. We went 1.2 the day before. So I was happy with Boone for going to Johnny and Chad because I thought there might be a chance he shies away.
Skip him.
So they had both thrown 25 or 28.
And then Chappie comes out. He walks Taylor Walls, the rook, who actually put together a decent at-bat against them. Then Zunino walks on 4 pitches, and you're like, okay, so now we could be back to rock bottom if Chapman, who's been so good for us this year, blows it. Matt Blake comes out, which, BBD, you had the tweet that I think a lot of Yankee fans were thinking about that was like, what's Matt Blake really going to tell Chappie right now?
Hey, man, throw strikes.
I don't know. But whatever it was, it looked great. He strikes out a Rosarena. He strikes out Choi in one of the better at-bats this year.
You and I had the same tweet?
Same tweet, same time. Mine had punctuation.
Mine had the count, and I beat you by a second.
Right, but punctuation matters. Like, yours is an illegal sentence. Yours get hands back, and they say illegal.
I had more characters than you.
Do it again.
I told a fuller story than you.
Punctuation is what the people like. That's why it starts with a P.
You talking about being punctual?
Is this the Dick Mountain thing again with the Jameson?
Time out. People forgot about that.
I just had forgotten, and now I remember.
That sucks.
And I realized that was this episode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to do?
Yeah.
When did Matt Blake go visit Chappie? After what batter?
I think it was after Zunino.
Yeah,
4-pitch walk.
Okay, so Taylor Walls, fastball, ball, fastball, ball, fastball, called strike, slider, ball, slider, called strike.
Slider ball.
Then fastball, ball. So then Zunino was 4-pitch walk, 3 of them fastball. So at that point he had thrown 7 fastballs and 3 sliders, and almost every fastball went for a ball. So after the visit from Blake, he went much more slider heavy the rest of the way. So maybe it was as simple as let's try going with a slider. I'm trying to think of what Matt Blake could tell Chappie. I don't know.
Yeah, because he finishes.
After that, he only threw
well, they label his fastball a sinker for one of them, which that's weird.
It's probably not a sinker. They just labeled it wrong.
Yeah, it's just a fastball.
But out of his next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pitches, 5 of them were or 10 pitches, 6 of them were sliders. So maybe it was like next 2 guys, like let's go slider heavy on Randy and G-Man. I don't know.
Sliders.
Because then he went all fastballs against Meadows.
Throw it in the zone because you're nasty.
Yeah.
How about that?
I was just trying to figure it out. G-Man Troy bat was cool. The 3-2 slider was awesome. And good job by Flaherty on the broadcast saying, like, you have to go with the slider here.
Yeah. And it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was the perfect pitch. I mean, it looks like it's a little above a knee-high fastball, a pitch you have to offer at, and then it just drops off the table. It was beautiful.
Anything else from this game?
I think so.
Okay. Game 4. Burn it up, Jake. We were at the game today. Tell them what we saw.
Garrett Cole and the Yanks trying to win a big series while the Rays are thinking Yarbies. Ryan Yarborough for Tampa trying to slow things down. But Cole is on the bump. And hey, how about a Gardy party? The first one of the year as Uncle Brett finds the bleachers. 376. It was high. We saw it. That was cool. 1-0 Yankees. Meadows again. All series, all last month. He made the JOMBOY Media all baseball team.
Alley's always open.
Go check that out. Alley's always open. You don't want that smoke, though. It's 2-1 Rays. Make it 3-1 in the 5th after B-Lau is Lau. He has the RBI single, and then the Yandy man can again. It's 5-1 after 5. On cold day, Yankees get 2nd and 3rd, no outs, and they get no runs, and that's when TFA things fall apart. Sorry, Nick Nelson, because you get the bad man now. Austin Meadows clears the bases, 8-1. Joey Wendell makes it 9-1. But how about Miguel Andujar? A little icing on your cake, another home run for Miggy Doo. It's 9-2 Rays. Yankees split the series. Cole to Nelson Acessa to Christie. Yanks split. Lose this game 9-2.
Bad game, bad umping. Cole with one of the stranger decisions you'll see on a baseball field to run side by side with the guy, but not tag him with the glove. And Jake and I both think it was a sense of pride thing. Like I think he wanted to beat Kiermaier, a fast player, to first.
Because why wouldn't you tag him?
Because maybe he thought the flip was risking or gamble, but like you could have tagged him. You could have accidentally tagged him,
right?
Because you were running just side by side.
He was right there.
Yeah, but he gets that. They overturn it, and then Kiermaier does another out of the baseline in the baseline thing. I don't know.
And our friend Eddie Spaghetti, he noticed that 5th inning that was kind of all started by the Kiermaier
baseline thing,
accidental get baseline. And hey, man, that's one of those things. I mean, I'm not going to get mad at it because the Yankees had no life, but like that very well could have been called out of the base paths, and instead Kevin Cash would come out and say, "Oh, I think that was in the base path. I like that." Instead of Boone saying, "I think he was out of the base path." And does that change the whole game? Doubt it.
I watched the replay, and it wasn't egregious.
Egregious. How are you, egregious?
Gardy just had a quote that I think I just wish wouldn't have been said about the Red Sox series coming up.
Brett, does having Alex Cora back in the dugout for the Red Sox add any intensity to the upcoming series? And what are your thoughts on just having it, facing him again in the regular season since everything has come to light?
Yeah, I mean, having him back in the dugout obviously makes me want to beat them more. Listen, we don't like those guys. They don't like us. I don't want to get too far ahead of the Rays. Obviously, we got one more game before we get to the Red Sox this weekend. But, we haven't seen much of them this year, so it'll be interesting to have them come into town and, obviously look forward to those games, whether they're here in the Bronx or up at...
How he said it isn't bad at all, but just... that's just going to be locker room fodder, and I think other teams are better at using that to their advantage than the Yankees are.
Yankees never have.
Yeah, and they give it out a lot lately.
Trevor Blue's faith time because we're recording podcasts.
Trevor Plouffe FaceTimes us when we record Talkin' Yanks. Confirmed.
Yeah.
This game, Jake, was a stinker. Hey-o, welcome to Talkin' Yanks.
Just recording a Talking Yanks podcast, so you FaceTimed us.
I always do that because I know I need to tell you guys shit about the Yankees.
What do you got any Yankees goss for us?
You're on live mic. You're on a live mic.
I actually have Dodgers gossip that I'm not allowed to reveal.
Don't care. Yankees
I know
podcast.
somebody coming up. Well, they're better than the Yankees, so that's
Okay.
better news.
This is a Yankees podcast.
Have you guys talked about Garrett Cole's reduced spin rate? Maybe you should touch on that a little bit.
We did.
We did, Trevor.
I opened the show with it, basically.
That's a little scary.
It's a little scary, but we're not writing the fan fiction novel on it.
Well, I'm writing the fan fiction
not
novel.
Not just yet.
Not yet.
Okay. I had business to talk about, but you guys can call me later.
All right. That was
Later.
co-host of Talkin' Baseball, Yankee killer.
Second deck at Yankee Stadium.
Yep.
And faced Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
Trevor Plouffe.
Second deck always makes me think of the John Sterling call, where it sounds like he says "sucking dick" instead of second deck. Do you know which one that is? Is that Talkman?
I forget which one it is. The Talkin one feels right.
I could listen to that right now.
He
For all that Dick Mountain stuff.
Come on.
He had a couple funny quotes I tweeted today. His call at the end of Game 3. It was like the best end of a game call he's had yet. If you feel like finding it.
I'm searching for the second deck one.
Yeah. Let's get
But-
that on tap.
I'll bring that up if you want to bring the other one up. I'm welcome to it. Jake,
We through the games?
through the games, I have really nothing on this fourth one. I mean, it sucked.
It's pretty dead. Sucks that Cole was bad. Would have been nice. I'm not that close of a talker on FaceTime. I was getting him near the mic so we could both talk C-Card 420.
Oh, someone's calling you out?
Don't make me come at you. Do you want me to read this while you look it up?
Yeah.
Or we already did this one, I think.
Read
right?
this one. This one's
Okay.
fun.
Before
Awards.
we go into awards, can I talk to you guys about DraftKings? Oh, my God, the Patreon from earlier. DraftKings.
DraftKings, yeah.
We got to link those people up. This is DraftKings.
Same guy, I think.
This is America's top-rated sports book. Maybe it's the same guy. I don't know. We love DraftKings. You guys love them too. DraftKings is now, let's see the crazy promotion, putting you courtside with a chance to turn $1 into $100. Yep. Pick any basketball team that is still in contention. Bet $1. If that team wins, you win $100. Okay, so hey, find a basketball game. If you think you got the team that's going to win, bet $1, win $100. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. They got the baseball stuff too. We've been killing it on the over-unders. Just fade us and you'll win money. So go check that out. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOMBOY when you sign up. Turn $1 into $100 in free credits. Bet on the basketball team of your choice to win their next game. And if they do, you will claim $100 in free credits. That's promo code JOMBOY. For a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Wager paid out and site credits. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
With it. Jake, who are you going to give an award to?
Do you think I should go first today?
Well, it is Thursday, and you are a known heathen.
Well, Thursday is the day
No,
that people who are truly close to the Lord go to church.
that's actually not true.
Like someone tells you, like, hey, I was in church on Thursday. You're like, whoa, you're hardcore.
No, you know what those people are?
What?
People seeking the Lord because they're heathens.
If you're not hardcore, and if you live hardcore,
Yeah.
Ad. Do we have the sound?
No, I don't know what I know it's from April of 2019.
Well, I think I either need the Pride of the Yankee sound or the Suckin' Dick sound.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
He's gotcha.
Just looking for the other one.
I'm searching for it. Get off
Searching
my
for
ass,
something,
O'Brien.
searching for something. Every time I look around, My Pride of the Yankees? It's
Yeah.
Jordan Montgomery.
It's a good one.
Montelante. Monty with a big boy start. 6.1. We were nervous about bullpen going into this game. We thought it might only be Chad and Chappie, and he went out for
To
the
the
seventh.
7th, yeah. And if he didn't make it his own error, he would have been fine.
So, yeah, and 1 earned run, 3 runs, like we said, and I think we're going to talk about in a minute or two. Rugi Odor, just a bad error. I mean, he goes for a double play. He could not have turned, fires to second / left field, sends it over there instead of a force out at second or even first. Now you got 2 runners on and no outs, so that kind of stunk. But Monty looked good. He gets his ERA down into the 3s. And they let him go 99 pitches, which, been tracking that a few times. Monty has had some weird pitch count stuff. They kind of hadn't let him off the leash a little bit. So good for Big Monty. This was a big game. This was to guarantee the Yankees wouldn't lose the series. And he puts together a big boy start against a lot of Tampa Bay right-handed hitters as well. So, Mott Man.
Good for him. I mean, is he like a winner in Pride of the Yankees now? Does he have 4?
I will double check that. He has 4. He's one of 2 players with 4. And
Garrett
one
Cole
person.
and him?
Garrett Cole has 5.
Wow.
Gary
Makes sense.
Sanchez has 4 this year.
It's been a lot of pitching this year. Gary Sanchez is 4 this year.
Yeah.
Gary Sanchez has 4 Pride of the Yankees this year?
It kind of makes me feel bad for Monty's 4th Pride of the Yankees. Seems not aligned.
How does Gary have 4?
Gary has 4 Pride of the Yankees and only 1 MFer.
This show's so biased towards Gary. It's bullshit. I hate these guys.
Dang.
I could not find the Jay Sterling Talkman home run call because Jay Sterling calls. I had not created that Twitter yet.
Right.
It was on my own personal, so I have it here.
There is the 2-0. Swung on and into the air to deep right. That ball is high. Mid is far. It is gone. Second deck. It's a 3-run home run from Mike Talkman. It is gone. Second deck. It's a gone. Second deck. Second deck. It's a
Sucking dick.
That's for everyone listening with your families and the Dick Mountain situation. That was second deck home run. Mike Talkman, right?
I don't know.
We're not sure.
I don't know what he's talking
Not
about.
sure. I guess
Guy's old.
Hear what you want to hear. Hear what you want to hear.
My Pride of the Yankees is Clint Frazier.
Woo! Don't double charge me for that.
Walk-off home run. Won one of the 2 games with 1 swing of his bat.
That's true.
And that is good.
Mm.
And even though he got a bad jump, catching that ball would have been worse if he didn't.
Yeah.
Save that inning. So.
Over Mickey Do.
Indoor stats are better, but Clint had a much more impactful hit.
For the wins.
I mean, he won that
Yeah.
game with that swing.
Yeah.
And it almost was better like that. A walk-off home run is... We've had... How many walk-offs have the Yankees had now, right? 4? 5?
I believe that was the 5th.
5th. How many walk-off home runs have we had?
I believe that is the 1st.
And some of the walk-offs we've had haven't gotten any juices flowing in the clubhouse or at the celebrations. We had a walk-off walk. We had a walk-off fielder's choice, I believe. Now we had a walk-off sac fly. Like, none of them have been that exciting. So,
a dribbler.
yeah, we had
we
a
had a couple
single.
of those back to back.
So this was the first walk-off that
Stanton's was fun.
they all celebrated and jumped around home plate
Yeah.
and had that energy. So
Clint's interview, they were like,
And-
I think the guys are in the clubhouse waiting to celebrate.
yeah, and Gary was on third, so if Clint just hits a single, he gets the walk-off hit, but he went and hit a home run, which gets the celebration a little more fun.
A little turned up.
So that's a good job by him
A
there.
little tuned up. Because I'm geeked up.
So it's Clint.
Clean.
Walk-off wild pitch, someone says. Yeah.
Frazier.
Downtown goes Frazier.
Frazier. Good award, Jim.
Oh, thanks, Jake. I appreciate it.
Good stuff.
You Yankee motherfucker.
It's louder than usual.
I mean, I guess I've teased this all episode. I'm going to Roogie Odor.
Wow. You did tease it all episode.
I kind of did tease
you
that
did,
all
you
episode.
Want to hear something silly? You teased it all episode. I still thought I haven't prepped the motherfucker because I was going to give it to Roogie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you teased it.
I saw you a couple times thinking, like, you might have that. And I was like, I got the first.
Yeah.
Because people closer to the Lord go to church on Thursdays.
Oh, that's so untrue, dude.
No.
If someone says, hey, you need to double up,
There's
we
a
need
lot of-
you at a weekday church session, it means you're...
There's a lot of fakes that only go on Sundays.
For sure. They're so close, they only need a once a week check-in.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
People that go to church more aren't closer than people that just go once a week.
Oh, you're going to really rattle up the churchers with that. I'm giving it to Roogie. He goes 3 for 16.
Like, you meet a guy who says, I go to church every day, you're like, wow.
Oh.
Churchgoers, let us know in the chat what you think.
Dark, huh? Roogie Odor hits 188 with a 235 on base, 3 for 16. Again, what could have been a very costly error in this series, that goes to a 3-4 loss to Tampa because of 2 runs pretty much given up by Roogie Odor. And, yeah, I mean, it's something that we've talked about along the way. I was hoping that there would be an award tied for it because I think you could do something fun with it. Because something I've been talking about is how guys keep covering each other's shit with more shit. And Mike Ford...
He was Odor's shit cover?
Was covering Odor for a little bit. Who was originally covering Odor? There was someone that was playing bad. Jay Bruce was the original. So we're starting to get to the point in, like, left field had been bad for a little while.
I got this thing where I clean up all the dog's poop in my backyard.
Okay.
And I put it in there, and sometimes I forget to put it out in the curb with the garbage or take it out however I take it out. The bottom layer of shit gets moldy, and then there's fresh shit covering it up. So that's kind of what you're talking about.
A little bit. So, the left fielders, Miggy, and Clint had been covering stuff up. Gardy kind of had. He has a day today, and at least he's tracking down everything in center, so you kind of don't care. Camera's kind of on Roog. And... By the way, just a reminder for all the Yankee fans, because this is a Yankees podcast. The Texas Rangers, one of the worst teams in the league, pay to not have Roogie Odor on their team, like $13 million for 2 years to not play baseball for them. And I mentioned his stat line from this series. He hit 188 with a 235 on base, and you're like, okay, that's a bad series. Last 2 years... Before he's joined the Yankees, I'll add in the Yankees numbers. Why not? The last 3 years now. 3 years, Roogie Odor is a 197 batting average, a 270 on base. This is kind of it. There's a couple nice double plays. There's also a couple not good plays. So,
I'm confused why you gave him your pride.
No, Jimmy, you're not going to get us with that.
The Yankees just do too much, man. Like, Roogie spinning and firing to second to try and get that double play when don't. Cole racing Kiermaier to bag instead of just tagging him. Don't. Gary Sanchez just running to third with the ball in front of him. Just don't. I don't know. They're just the least. They're so unfundamental.
Yeah, I mean... And going back to kind of what your pops was saying, okay, so Roogie offensively is a net negative at the end of the day. Defensively, it's kind of neutral. We've seen some good, we've seen some bad. Speed, there's nothing there. I mean, the guy's got more caught stealings than stealings in the past couple years. So it's like, hey, if you ran Wader out there until Voit comes back or Gittins, you got plus side in Gittins. Let's find out what he's got. Tyler Wade, you're getting speed and defense. And, by the way, he hadn't been hitting awful. It's still not good, but... Roogie Odor is my MFer.
It's good. I was going to give it to him.
Wow.
Jake Salamander just flew out of Jake's mouth.
Spit take. Who's your MFer?
That would be a cop-out, so I don't feel like it's worthwhile.
Ooh.
It would be a cop-out, Jake, so I don't feel like it's worthwhile.
That's fair.
Who's this guy? No, that's not fair. No, that's not fair. No, that's not fair. Yeah, that's fair. Judge, I guess? No, I don't want to do that. He's been so... Hey! Don't interrupt my stream of consciousness here.
You want me to fill it in with a stat?
I might just do the cop-out answer.
Is it a cop?
No.
Okay. I thought that's where you were copping
But that
out.
might be a better cop-out than my cop-out.
So you're copping out the cop-out.
Nick Nelson.
Ooh.
Not worth it, right?
I'll say this.
He's supposed to be kind of good.
I'll say this. Did we not do Nick Nelson's PPP with Johnny Loizaga?
Yeah.
And now look where those two guys are. So, yes, there is some Nick Nelson stuff there.
That's not you.
That was Johnny Carson.
I know, but it was so good that I wasn't seeing
I don't
him.
even know who Johnny Carson is.
I know your Johnny Carson
Is
is
an impression of
Dana Carvey. A lot of your impressions are
impressions.
you doing
I do
Dana
great
Carvey.
impressions of
yes,
impressions.
yes. If Caliendo does someone, Jake can do that
got
person. Dana,
It's kind of torture.
do
It's low-level torture.
do your Jimmy Stewart, which is actually Dana Carvey's.
Jimmy Stewart.
That's Dana Carvey's Jimmy
Yeah.
Stewart.
So,
Yeah, I'm
sucks.
gonna give it to Nick Nelson. He could have found himself back into a lane here.
yeah.
He's probably gone. I don't know if they got sent down already, but you know. What?
Fayao mean in the chat.
What do you say? I swear I'm not. Oh yeah, it's mean. No, but he got like lit up, man, and now his stats on the year are terrible.
Yeah.
To the point where you don't know. You know, he was supposed to be part of this bullpen.
Right.
I went to Nelson Cruz.
Power change. We were all excited.
What was he doing in the minors in between this time?
That's a great question, Jim. I have no idea.
Oh no, they had him playing short.
That feels like a joke.
Not a joke. I didn't think it was going to be funny. It was just a lie.
So not a joke, just a lie.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't think there was going to be humor in that. I just felt like lying to you.
Update.
You didn't believe it. Oh, not great.
Yeah.
Wait, they've been stretching him out down there.
6 games, 11.2, 19 punchies. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, 3 clean, 3 allowing runs. So as a reliever, that's
But a couple 2 innings, right?
yeah, but still,
So.
it's all right. Yeah, so Nick Nelson.
Yeah, that's tough, man. And I mean,
I don't think it's worthwhile, but the problem is to give it to an offensive player, you have to give it to all of them.
yeah, it's true. And that's you.
Stan had 8 at-bats. Higgy had 5 at-bats. Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
You know what? Can I give it to Rugi? I'd rather double up. We've doubled up in the past.
Jimmy.
I'll
You had a chance, but you said you had no interest in Ruby for the award. You said, I want to get my own award.
That's a lie.
Lie. Partial joke.
You were doing partial joke?
A little bit of
it
a
felt
joke.
like a straight lie.
It was a joke lie.
Oh.
You already gave it to Nick Nelson. BBD
All right.
already wrote it down.
Did you?
I did. I mean, it can
Yeah.
be on.
Just
Can
gonna
be
unwrite
unwritten.
Did you see
history.
that kid who tweeted at us?
What happens when you start unwriting history?
Did you see that kid who tweeted at us? He had every award of the 2019 season tattooed on his forearm.
Lie or joke?
That was a lie.
Okay. You're smiling like there was a joke aspect to
My
it.
face got stuck.
Oh, we're there.
Jeez.
We're there. Yeah, no. And
Regular
I
old award. You're up.
mean, Nick Nelson
It's
could
brought
be,
to you by Dugout Mugs.
Ooh. Nick Nelson wishes they were hitting with dugout mugs today.
Hollow.
Hollow.
You're so hollow, baby. The first 500 orders with code YANKS get 35% off all MLB Dugout Mugs, wind-up, season openers, and knob shots. Wow. Early bird Father's Day sale is happening now. Hold up a Dugout Mug. Show them. It's sturdy. Look.
I'll double.
You guys hear that? That's my hand hitting the mug. They're very sturdy. They're very good. They're very fun to hold.
Baseball bats.
35% off. Baseball bats that they repurpose into mugs. Jake, regular old award. What's your first award?
Regular old award. Okay. Okay, so I've got to give out an award here, is what you're telling me. I am going to give out the Lemons Award. That was tough.
Lemons Award.
I'm sorry. I feel like, what's that game we both like to play, but you can only say one word when you give a hint?
Password.
Password. And
Yeah.
you say one word, and then you're like, that word.
You want to take it
doesn't
back?
help.
Okay. Lemons Award. So maybe it's, that thing's a lemon. It's like a bad product, like,
Go either way with it.
or
That's
it's
what
like
pissed me off.
sour tasting, or it's like a nice refreshing lemon on a hot day, or it's something to do with Don Lemon, Jake's favorite TV personality. I'm gonna give it to DJ.
Wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's going to Andujar.
God, you son of a fucking bitch!
Oh, this is why we rotate going first.
You're such a heathen.
Jim, sometimes life gives you
Lemons.
Dick Mountains. And, hey, Andujar's getting at bats. He's wanted that for a while. We kind of wanted to see that for a while. The defense was always a problem. Hey, it's a two-way street here. Life's giving us lemons. Miguel Andujar in left field, not ideal.
Caught that line drive that was right at him
Caught
today.
the line drive right at him. Your dad was all over that. It's just like your dad pod. Why is my juice so short today? Getting caught up on something.
All that whiskey, probably.
And hey, life's giving Andujar lemons. I don't know if he wants to be in left field. I don't know where he wants to be on a baseball field. But the lemons are in the Yankees lineup. He's hitting. He has 3 home runs this series, 5 for 15. The contact was there. Now with a little au jus sauce, Andujar's hitting.
Yeah, he had the home run. Well, you know what it was when he caught that ball in left field? I think he has a better perspective on balls that are hit out there. So that caught that ball that was right at him, and he was like, dude, if that dude hit it a little
Just
higher,
a
a
little
little farther,
higher.
it would have been a home run. So then he went up, and he did that.
I like that.
Thanks, Jake.
3 homers, 3 RBI, 3 runs. How about it?
That's what he had?
Yeah.
What are his stats last 7, including this game?
I can give you today's stats if that helps. Would that help you?
Looks like it's 296.
He was 1 for 3 today with a homer. So that boosts everything.
According to ESPN, he's got 815 OPS last 7 games, 733 OPS last 15. Every time you go, like, their window, it gets better from last 30 to last 15 to last 7.
Right.
So that's good. My award, if I was going to give it to Andujar, was going to be called the What to Do Award. And you were going to not be able to guess it.
Sure. Oh, I would have gotten it. BBD, I saw the chat asking for dainty things, and then you do that.
This is weird. Jake looks tiny.
He dainted me.
Not my fault you got puny.
I got dainted.
You look farther away from me. Man. I was going to give the What to Do Award.
What to do?
Because it's like, okay, now you're hitting.
Right.
But you're like not an outfielder.
Right.
Do they just start running him at first more? Or like, what do you do? And you weren't going to be able to guess it, and I was going to be like, it's in the name of the
No,
award.
I had it.
Yeah.
Do we have a low light of Andujar at first yet?
Well, I think that the one game he played first, no, I don't think he got
Right.
much action.
Are we interested?
He's only had the 2 games there, right? Because he got the first game.
I believe
up,
it's 2, right?
And he got one either this week or last week. I forget how long ago it was now, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so, because we still that doesn't end up helping anything. Because Luke Voigt, we want him to be out there at the end of the season.
If the governor
Here we go.
came to Yankee Stadium
Yeah.
and all the 20
Cuomo, is he the governor? Or is it the
I'm
other
doing
guy?
a different governor.
A different governor.
Yeah, I don't want to get people upset.
Right.
Let's change it.
John Rowland.
Someone of importance.
Someone
A
of
singer.
importance.
Okay, let's say
Oh my
Lady
God.
Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga came.
Gary Gaga's sister.
Yeah, Gary's with her. And they came to Yankee Stadium, and they brought him into the clubhouse and introduced him to the team. And they went to each locker and said, "Hi, who are you and what position do you play?"
I get it.
And then she did all the people, and then she'd say, because she's a pretty big baseball fan, she'd say, "Wait, no one told me they were a first baseman. How are you guys playing baseball?"
Yeah.
And then they say, "Oh, actually, we don't have one of those." Like, he plays every now and then. And they point at DJ, and he shrugs because he doesn't talk. And then you're like, "Well, what does he play?" And he's like, "Well, he's a second baseman." And it'd be a weird scene.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think any other major league teams have no one that identifies as a first baseman on their 26-man roster right now?
No one that identifies as probably not. I mean,
I don't
that's
know
like the
about-
safe guess.
Usually you have one or
Usually
two.
you have a guy who says, I play first base.
No, Yanks don't have one of those guys.
Don't know.
Oh, I'm a first
maybe
baseman.
another
No.
position, but it's just like they don't. Does anybody have a gap on their team that they don't have somebody who would call that their natural
You
position?
want me
on
to
the
look around at
roster?
teams a little bit?
No, not at all.
No, don't do that.
I don't think you'd be able to find it.
Like maybe there's somebody who's not carrying like a third baseman or a second baseman or something, but they have a bunch of
Yeah.
guys who would say they're shortstops, so it's like kind of. But
Cleveland does and doesn't.
Okay.
I'm over it.
Jake's over it.
Good award.
Thanks. That was yours.
Yeah, I know. What's your award again?
My first regular old award is the sucks, dude.
Sucks, dude.
No, it's the you robbed me of something I could have had award.
You robbed me of something I could have had award.
Yeah.
Okay, you robbed me of something I could have had award. Glaber?
No,
Okay.
wrong. Lucas Litke.
Oh, so similar.
Yes, Litke. If the Yankees were up by 3 runs or more today, would have got the closing job. He would have been put in to get the save.
Yeah.
And they robbed him of that experience. They robbed him of that experience.
Experiment and experience.
No, I'm just saying experience.
Experiment.
In his last 16.1 innings pitched, Lucas Litke has given up 0 earned runs.
Hot.
He's become a very trusted member of the Yankees. He pitched in the 10th inning of extra innings and got the job done on 10 pitches. He's climbed up the chart. I think O'Day might have to pass him when he gets back. I think it goes Britton won't, but it will go Chapman, Britton, Chad, Laza, Litke, O'Day eventually. They love Lucas Litke. And why wouldn't you? The Linton Liquor's been nothing but good.
And Jim, I think something we've talked about a little bit on here is the front office and kind of like why do they, like we were saying a week ago, why is Mike Ford on this team? You know, other guys we've seen exist but do not matter, add stats. Lucas Litke, like we heard Booney say in the presser, and I laughed at, was, we've had our eye on him for years. And I said, oh, yeah, you guys have had your eyes all over Lucas Litke, the guy who hasn't pitched in the majors since 2015.
They had, though.
Guess what? Whoever the biggest Litke analytics guy in there is, he is walking tall right now because they were on that one. And he looks good. Like, it doesn't look fluky. You know,
I think that dude just quit. And like a my job's done here way.
ooh, like cowboy into the sunset.
Yeah. Actually, maybe he was waiting to do that if Litke got the save opportunity today, and then Litke came through and got his first save. Then the analytic guy who brought him in, then the analytic guy that brought him in,
The
tipped
analytic
guy that brought him in,
experience.
tipped his hat and said, "My job's done here."
It's like that. I was 1 week away from retirement.
Yeah,
That's a good award.
just need to get one more guy save.
That's a really good award.
Thanks. You go now.
That's a really good award. Okay, Jim. I'll go now.
Yeah, I think you're up now.
Right now. I'm giving out the Godfather Award. The Godfather.
Zillow?
We love you, Jason. Mr. Zillow.
BBD's future dog?
You think he's going to name his dog that?
Dog's going to name itself that. Take over the house.
No. No, it's not that. It's not that. That's not my award. That's not it. Those are your guesses?
I have no idea who you're giving this to then.
I'm giving it to Gio Urshela.
That was close.
Gio Urshela. Hey, he's kind of got like low-key Godfather guys.
He'd
Like
be a
he's in
dog
with the
that
mom.
takes over the house.
He's in with the mom. We're not talking about dogs at all. We're not. It's out. Jimbo, Gio Urshela gets the Godfather Award because this is something he always does. Every year, Gio gets me nervous for a second. He was in a pretty bad slide. He was in a 1 for 17 coming into yesterday's game. That's an 0.59 batting average. And again, like with the different Yankee shits, that was kind of getting covered up.
You say shifts?
You know, his OPS dropped into the 6s. And, you know, you and I have talked a lot of Gio Urshela stuff when it comes to comparing him to other third basemen around the league because he's really good. And sometimes when I get nervous, just when I think I'm out, he reels me right back in. He hits the homer, a little 2 for 4 yesterday's game. And, yeah, I mean, I believe in Gio. It was such a Gio home run. It was so pretty. He gets a hit today, so hopefully he can keep that going versus Boston. And, hey, how about him just sprinting into the net for fun? What's that about?
A little trampoline action.
Hello.
We used to run into signs.
Gave the tarp a little Dick Mountain.
The most recent tweet on Jay Sterling calls, I slacked it to you. It's about Gio and worth playing.
Okay.
Given this award.
A ground ball to third. Gio fields and throws across. One thing, I know we mention this all the time, but if you're a Yankee fan, broadcaster, whatever, administrator, you feel such a sense of relief when the ball's hit to third.
Yes,
I mean,
you do, don't you?
I'm sorry, you're out.
That's a wild ride. A long pause. And then Yankee fan, broadcaster, whatever. Usually the whatever is like the et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
It's the
And
end.
he was like, no, but I need to throw administrator in here so I fully get my point across.
in real time, when I listened to that and he said administrator, I broke.
What does that mean?
Administrators.
If you're a Yankee fan, broadcaster, whatever, administrator, you feel such a sense of relief when the ball's hit to third.
Yes,
I mean,
you do, don't you?
I'm sorry, you're out.
I'm sorry.
Rosso.
You're out. Yeah, Gio's good. I mean, you should have had the administrator award.
Yeah,
And now
that's a miss.
It's a huge miss by you.
It's a miss by me.
I just found out Brooks Krischke pitched in the game.
Yeah.
We started walking home early so I could do the Boone breakdown, which I don't think I'm going to be able to get I'm going away for the weekend, so that's going to be tough. Good award.
Thank you.
Gio. Yeah, his power seems to be zapped at times, and he hits a home run. And we like him, correct?
Yeah, like him. I mean, this is the first time his OPS had been in the 6s in a while.
He plays more short than third, just to let everyone know. Like when you go to a game, well, the Rays have a good amount of lefties.
Yeah, when they shift.
But, it's half the batters. He's playing short.
Nice play at short, too. Couple nice ones.
Yeah, there was that funny tweet after he made those 2 plays ranging to his right that it was like, hey, is the Yankees best infield when they play their second baseman at third base, their third baseman at short, and their shortstop at second? And the unfortunate answer to that is yes. We said this in the playoffs last year, but yes.
When times were low on Tuesday, I was kind of having one of those deep thoughts like, is this... The Yankees need a shake in a couple different areas. I was like, is this the shake? But they won't do it.
No. That would be better.
What's your final award? Final word of the show.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a little phone juice.
What?
You can't double juice me.
What the fuck? My,
What's your final award?
It's Grand Central.
Grand Central. There's a train station that's named after that. There's a lot of people that pass through there.
One of the words was helpful that you said.
I know BBD was thinking about naming his dog after like a major thing.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a movie, could be a landmark.
BBD's dog will name itself.
That's tough. I don't know. I feel like you probably want to talk about Gary or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Gary.
Yeah. Layup.
This pod's so biased, it's bullshit.
Bias pod.
These guys suck. No, Grand Central Terminal is a station.
Yes.
And Gary Sanchez should just go station to station. Just one stop, the next stop, and we saw him do that on the pickoffs. Gary, your hitting's been great for the last 10 days.
Yeah.
You've been the best hitter on the Yankees for the last 10 days, but everyone's talking about your incredibly terrible base running.
Yeah.
Call up Posada. Tell him stop sending you advice.
Hey. He'll never be a Posada.
Just don't run that much at all.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be better.
Like, in
the last 7 games,
really funny. I think at one of the first time, once the Yankees' bad base running picked up again, there was a game there. Gary was on first, and there was like 2 back-to-back pass balls he didn't go on. But it was the gif that I was doing on my couch was a guy that's asleep in the crowd wakes up and starts clapping. It's like, yeah, don't run.
Oh yeah, everyone was getting upset. I was like, no.
This is good.
We're not fast. The Yankees are not fast. Station to station. Grand Central's the best station.
Not worth it.
I don't know. If people have opinions on, like, good train stations. Like, I felt like someone was going to be like, did you really say Grand Central's the best station, dude? Grand Central sucks. And it's like, oh, my God.
Have you been to Poughkeepsie?
I don't know. It's grand.
Central, right?
I don't even think it's Central. If you're doing east-west, maybe, but not north-south.
Anything can be central depending where you are, John.
Thanks, Dana. 813 OPS for Gary in his last 20 games. He's been the best hitter in the last 2 weeks for the Yankees. So keep hitting and stop running. Keep hitting. Stop running. Yeah, question from Jake.
I have a question.
Question from Jake.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Gary sat today. Fact.
Yep.
The Yankees have 3 night games coming up.
I think it's Gary.
You think so?
Yes.
I'm interested to see. I think Gary gets the first 2, and if he continues to look like the Gary we've seen the last 20 games, I do think he gets the 3rd game.
Can I ask you something?
Please. It's kind of part of the show.
What's the benefit of playing Higgy on a non-Kluber Cole game? If it's 3 night games, not day-night, getting Gary going is something that could lead to something really nice.
Right.
Getting Higgy going, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be around all year.
I get it. I'm just saying, if it's not a day after night and it's not Cole or Kluber, I think you got to just go Gary, especially since in the last 2 weeks he's been the hottest hitter on the team.
I agree. And I think as long as Gary puts something together in one of the first 2 games, he probably gets the third. I could see them, if Gary doesn't, going Higgy game 3. Because, you know, he has elite pitch framing and all of that. But no, I mean, 3 night games, there's kind of... Gary can do that.
I wouldn't be like devastated or like upset about it, but I would guess they're going to go Gary.
We would both be upset if Gary hits the first 2 games and he doesn't play the third.
Yes, if he's hitting. Yeah. Cool.
I like that.
All right. Real quick, anything that we missed?
Gardy has a couple hits today. His first homer, if that could spark him for a little hot streak. Boy, we've been waiting for that because we kind of need him in center.
Did Wade not get into any of these games?
I don't think so, man. Did he had to pin?
They were only
run in the extra innings game.
They only had the lead in 2 of them, so they were tied and they only had the lead in 1 of them.
So yeah, he came into the extra inning game.
Yeah, but I think then when his spot came up, they got Glaber back in, right? Not
and
back,
again, like Wade had been solid for a little bit. Rookie's not good.
Yeah. We didn't talk about Judge in center, but all right.
He's going to catch balls he can get to.
I'd rather not do Judge in center again. The thing that we really haven't talked about is that Judge doesn't play 3 games in a row in the outfield anymore. We know
the test comes this weekend.
This weekend, yes.
He should play all 3.
Because they said Stanton is going to play all 3 games against the Red Sox.
Judge should play all 3 in the outfield. Stan should play all 3 at DH. Sanchez should play all 3 at catcher. And I'm laughing because when does that happen?
Gio should play all 3 at third. Glaber should play all 3 at short. DJ should play all 3 somewhere.
How the fuck has Dan Rourke not tweeted this out yet? I'm looking at Judge's Baseball Savant, and it is a pretty picture. I'm gonna tweet it out right now. I'm gonna say, wow, Dan Rourke bad at covering things.
He's probably tweeted out like 3 days ago and you lost. If Stan's DHing every single game against the Red Sox, who's the odd man out? Is Judge should play all 3 and right. Stan, this isn't going to fucking happen. Why are we even talking about this?
Yeah.
But if it does, then Gardy would have to play all 3 in center unless they move Judge to center again.
They gave him an off day the other day.
Who?
Gardy.
I know, but then they would move Judge to center again, and then you'd put Clint and Andujar in left and right.
I have Gardy playing
all 3?
3 in center, or they do Judge in center again.
Otherwise, you have to make a decision between Clint and Andujar. You can't play both of them.
Right.
I mean, we can see the Andujar at first.
We can see Andujar first, yeah.
Do that. Do that.
I would love that.
Try that.
Yeah, why not?
I'm on board.
Top that.
Gary, Andujar, DJ, Glaber, Gio, Clint, Gardy, Judge, Stanton DHing? Hell yeah. Jesus walks with them. Oh, closer to God.
Okay, that's the show. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We love you very much. Go Yanks. Tell them Grams.
Go Yankees.